Okay, are we live now? It looks like we're live. Okay, we don't have anyone right now, so I will be back in a minute. I will be back in a minute. Okay, now I'm here. So, here we are. We're at another apologize. I did not program this in advance. That was an oversight on my part. This is a topic Tuesday where we always have a topic. Today's topic is Ask Me Anything. And I did this. I think this was my very first topic for my very first Topic Tuesday. It was asked. Please wait while we try to reconnect. Oh. Ooh. Don't get me started on my cable connection. Hey, Dana, glad to see you. Anyway, so while we're just gathering together, I'm just going to announce a few news items. First, I have a new link tree link that will be in the description that gives a list of all of my links, which includes Etsy. Also, I have some merch. Hi, Pat Dancer, glad to see you. I have some merch at my Etsy blog, or Etsy is not a blog, at my Etsy store. Some of it is specific to bearded yarn dudes. Some of it is yarny in general, and some of it is general in general. Some of it is seasonal, and I plan to make a lot more of the seasonal stuff available so that it is available for people who are searching for seasonal stuff, and that will increase as time goes on. Hi, Emmy Phillips, glad to see you too. And let's see, what else do I have? Another announcement I have. For any other people, I have said before, all of my hat patterns are free in an effort to encourage people to make hats for donations. My other patterns are not free, and they take a lot of work, so I don't feel bad about charging for them. But the hat patterns, actually, they come easily to me, and I really, really feel strongly about making them free for the purposes of donations. And I want to seek out other people who have free patterns available. And if we create a group of us who are making our patterns free anyway, if we do an ebook together and charge for it, then we can raise money for charity. Emmy is asking if my patterns are on Etsy or Ravelry. My patterns are on Ravelry. They are not on Etsy. I'm looking into Ribbler, which I understand is also a good way to do patterns. I just don't know enough about it yet. I haven't looked into it. I still need to do that. But anyway, for those of us who do patterns that are free, I want to make a collection, an ebook that we can sell for. Hi, Brenda, so glad to see you. That we can sell and raise money for a specific charity that we would probably want to decide amongst ourselves. I'm leaning towards, feeding the hungry and housing the poor. Call me crazy if you will, but you know how that is. Anyway, one more announcement before we get started. Oh my goodness, I see that we have 8 people in here. One more announcement is that I'm starting a new series of interviews with other men who are doing yarn, whether they are crocheters or knitters or something else. Yesterday, I posted the first one, which was with, oh, hi, Deborah, glad to see you. I actually have you running on my other device right now. Oh, hi, Kim, glad to see you too. Anyway, what was I going to say? Men who do yarn. Hi, Whisper, so glad to see you. Men who do yarn. I'm doing a series of interviews. Yesterday, I posted one with young Daniel, who is actually very young. He's only 24, but he has his own company doing hand-dyed yarns, which are simply beautiful. Oh my goodness gracious. The problem with that is he charges a realistic price for them. I can't afford realistic prices. Plus, he's in the UK. So that makes it difficult. But assuming Nightbot gets in the act, you will see his link sooner or later. And of course, I want you to go and look at the interview that I posted yesterday. Anyway, so today's topic is... Oh, Emmy, you just bought my Sharon shawl? I'm so glad. I love that pattern. Dear Sabrina Melodiers did a tutorial for that pattern. I think the link to that is in my community tab, if you want to see that. Let's see, what else do we have going on? So my topic today is Ask Me Anything. This was my very first topic, the first time I did a Topic Tuesday. And you see my subscribe sign there? Brenda's husband did that for me. Isn't that beautiful? And right here is a book of Browning poetry, Robert Browning. My next Sunday reading, I think it's the next one, is readings of Robert Browning, my namesake. I have no idea if I'm related. I like to think I am. I like to think I am absolutely no relation whatsoever to the firearms manufacturer, but only to the poet. Let's see. Oh, Nightbot is on the job. Thank you, Nightbot. Anyway, so it's all about Ask Me Anything. And I will anticipate the most common questions. When did I start crocheting? I learned when I was probably 9 or 10. My grandmother was with us for a visit, and she taught me and my sister how to crochet. I think we learned how to do, hi Trisha, we learned how to do a granny square, and we also learned how to do one of those little things that you do as a toilet paper cover that is, you know, it's basically a hat. You do a few rounds of a circle, and then you go straight down, and then you flare it out the bottom. Sometimes you can do it so that, I think nowadays they would call it a lovey, so that there's like a Barbie doll at the top or something, but we didn't do that. Ingrid, I am so glad to see you, Ingrid. Oh, hi, Kim. Oh, Emmy is asking, what is my favorite charity to donate to? Well, I'm Oh my God, where do I start? I'm quite passionate about Hat Not Hate. I do tons and tons of blue hats. You see some behind me. I have a bunch right here too. That I'm, as soon as I do my Thwip Thursday, then I can clear up some of this mess and put it all in a box, my Thwip Thursday box, or my Hat Not Hate box. But also, I hope that you all know Hooked to the Left, who is Melanie. Her mother has a foundation where she takes in teenage pregnant girls who have nowhere else to turn, and gives them shelter, teaches them a few skills, and helps them find assistance. Once the babies are born, there are other social services regulations, so the young girls have to move on at that point. But the point is to have equipped them for that. And I have sent several shipments to her. Her name, once again, is Hooked to the Left. And I don't have her link right now. I will add it to the description. Anyway, what other questions am I getting? Let's see. Oh, Whisper Barb asks, what have I not yet designed that I want to do? Oh my goodness. There aren't that many objects that you can do. It's always new variations on existing objects. That's my way of looking at things. I don't do that many new and exciting. I don't do any new and exciting things. They might be exciting, but they're not all that new. And I, for instance, most recently, if you looked at my Instagram over the past weekend, and the Instagram name is Bearded Yarn Dudes, if you looked at my Instagram over the past weekend, you would have seen well, actually, over the past couple of weeks, you would have seen a shawl. There are several shawls and a few hats. And that's what I've really been focusing on lately. But I've found new ways to do hats. For instance, this is... I haven't seen this in anyone else's pattern yet before. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I came up with this. And I have just I wrote up the pattern this morning. Actually, I think it was this morning. But because it's a hat, it will be available for free, because I want every last one of you to make hats for Hat Not Hate. And everything else. Oh, Emmy says that my clergy stoles are a something new to her. Actually, that is something new. I haven't seen that done very often. I sent a few of those out to because I went to I studied music when I was in school. I was with a lot of people who were studying church music. Many of them became actual pastors, ordained ministers. And then other people in my life have become ordained ministers of one sort or another. So I have sent a few of those clergy stoles out in the hopes that people would wear them. But it's been an interesting thing. Let's see, what do we have here? Kim says she definitely has to start making hats. Actually, people, I have found myself actually that that my Hugs and Stitches hat pattern, no, Hugs and Kisses hat pattern has, it doesn't take as much yarn as you would expect, and it goes rather quickly. You can also adapt it for smaller sizes, and it's pretty darn cute. And also this new one that I've just done, which I call the rice stitch hat, because it uses a rice stitch. That one you can do pretty quickly too. Let's see, Ingrid says, okay, Ingrid says, as a newbie to crochet, I just wondered if you have another technique when starting a row with a standing stitch to not get that pesky little knob at the side of the stitch. Now I wonder, do you mean when you're like changing colors? If there are techniques to change colors at the end of a row that where you avoid that little knob. If that's what you mean, there are lots of ways to change colors, change skeins. Even if you come to the end of one skein and have to go to the next skein in the same color, there are ways to do that without doing any kind of a knot. And there are lots of tutorials about that as well. I'm not really able to show you that right now in this live stream, but we could talk about that later if you would like. Let's see, Tricia says, hi, Kim. It's a standing stitch. It's different, yeah. Now, if you're talking about doing a standing stitch, usually I try to do it on the wrong side if I'm using a standing stitch. Otherwise, I just try to hide it as well as I can. Oh, Whisper's leaving us. I understand because it's a little late there. Let's see. Dana's greeting people. Oh, Granny D is here. Yay, Granny D. Yeah. Now, I mean, it's really a choice that you make. Whatever you're most comfortable with. You can either do high IVB, you can either do a standing stitch, or you can just pull up a loop through the stitch that you're going to work in, do a chain, or rather a chain stitch, and then do the stitch that you want to do. There are different ways to deal with it, and there are different ways to avoid having it be apparent. It's and a lot of it is really trial and error. What works for you? Not everyone is going to work, or not every technique is going to work for every person. So yeah. Time for more questions. Everybody's greeting each other. I'm glad to see that. And I'm glad to see how many people we have. That's always good. We don't have as many thumbs as we have people, but you know, that's what happens. Now, I will remind you that when we're done here, we go to see Brenda at 3, and her live stream is always lovely. Oh, Trisha, a cafe curtain for your kitchen window. I would love to see that when it's done. Now, what kind of, what weight of yarn are you using and what material or what fiber? I would love to see that. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. Yeah. Kim is giving advice about the standing stitch. Oh, I've never heard thumbs referred to as using as glorious, but yeah, thumbs can be glorious. Thank you all so much. Okay, Ingrid's going to send me a pic or two. Yes, exactly, Ingrid. That's exactly what I recommend for changing colors or changing skeins, even if it's the same color. And then at the end, you can either crochet them in, or you can sew them in when you're completely done. So we're about halfway through. We're at 2:25 right now. I'm going to repeat my top of the hour announcements. So first thing, I have a Linktree link where I have all of my various links listed, including the YouTube, the Instagram, the Facebook, my various blogs, the Patreon, everything else. Patreon and Cash App can be very important. Ravelry is very important because I'm going to be adding more and more patterns, and I would like to sell more and more patterns. I always state that my hat patterns are free because I want to encourage people to donate hats as well as anything else they want to. But every other pattern is not free because those things take work. And, you know, I deserve a little bit of compensation for that. What else do we have going on? I have some merchandise at my Etsy store. I have patterns at Ravelry. I have merch at Etsy, and there I have some merch that is specific to bearded yarn dudes, some that is more generally yarn related, and then some other stuff that is more seasonal. Right now, I'm putting up a lot of stuff that is specific to graduation and to Father's Day, but every season, well, I will keep putting up more and more stuff so that people will find those things when they search for specific gifts for what they want, for instance, for Father's Day or for graduation. Dana, I know that you have a daughter who's about to graduate, don't you? Anyway, let's see. What do we have? Let's see. Granny D says yes, David. Oh, hi, Daniel. Yay! Daniel, who just joined us, is the one who has Pawply Yarns. Just yesterday I posted an interview with Daniel. He is very young, but he has his own company doing hand-dyed yarns, and they are absolutely beautiful. They are just amazing. Everyone should seek out Daniel. I have his link. I hope I have his link in the description. I know I have his link in Nightbot, so that it should come up sooner or later. Anyway, yes, Granny agrees that I deserve compensation for my patterns. I do indeed. Hi, I'm Arena's Crochet and Tell. Okay. Let's see. Yes. Oh, Dana, yes, you should know Daniel because he makes just beautiful yarns. I mean, because they're hand dyed, they're not cheap. They are priced where they should be because they're hand dyed. And not only that, he's in the UK, so there's shipping to consider. And, but they're so beautiful. And I want lots and lots of people to follow Daniel because of me. Well, I want lots and lots of people to follow Daniel, period. But I would like to have been responsible for some of that. Okay, yes. Okay, I need more questions. Okay, I was actually giving some general announcements. Daniel was actually the very first of my series of men of interviews with men in yarn. He was a perfectly wonderful interviewee, and wait until you see his dog Oslo. Oh my God, he's so cute. Oh my God, that's why his company is called Paw Ply Yarn, and I have some other ones scheduled upcoming. Yesterday, no, today's Tuesday, right? Sunday, I did a half an hour interview with someone, and then I realized I had not clicked the record button. I felt so stupid. So I'm going to redo that interview and probably do it a little better. And I have a few other people lined up for that series of interviews with men in yarn. Dana, I sent you an email because I couldn't find an email for Joe, but I think it would be fun to interview Joe as well. Oh, look, Nightbot just told us about Paw Ply Yarns. Oh, and someone just asked me about allergies. I haven't been tested and diagnosed as allergic to anything specific, but I always get springtime and autumn sniffles. So I don't know what it is. Ingrid says, Ingrid suggests we go and watch her Happy Mail from Gina, Knitting Turnpike. I like Knitting Turnpike. I recommend going to see her as well. And please do go see Ingrid, Ingrid's Inspirations. Okay, let's see. Who else do we have? So, one more announcement for the halfway point. I'm starting a project with my free patterns and trying to collect patterns that other people distribute at no charge and putting them together for an ebook that we can sell for a charitable cause. Something like feeding the hungry. you know, call me crazy, but I sort of think that's important. So if anybody here does patterns that they distribute without charge, please let me know. Okay, Brenda says, Daniel. Actually, I believe Daniel does. Otherwise, he does. I don't believe he is very active on his YouTube channel. He's a lot more active on Instagram. But wait till you see the pictures of his stuff. And actually, since I have my keyboard, oh, darn it. I have this Bluetooth keyboard. My because there are issues with my regular keyboard, I have a Bluetooth keyboard that I use, but I lose the connection to between the keyboard and the computer all the time. Anyway, I just put up Brenda's link. At 3 o'clock, we're all going over to see Brenda. She always has a live stream at 3 o'clock on Tuesdays. So today's theme is Ask Me Anything, and I need more questions. Ask me questions. So, yes. I'm really, really happy to bring attention to Daniel because his yarns are just so beautiful. They really are just amazing. Yes. Do look him up. He's Paw Yarns on Instagram as well. Hi, Trisha. What did you say? You can change that setting so BT doesn't go off while being used. What do you mean by BT? Oh, Bluetooth doesn't go off. I've been trying to figure that out with the Bluetooth thing, but I don't know. Do you know my ex worked for Apple? Still works for Apple. I think he started working for Apple the week that we met, and so I need to just ask him about that. What I really need is a new computer, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. Okay. Do you know what else I need? I need suggestions for future topic Tuesdays. I have a few ideas in the pipeline, but all of your suggestions would be most welcome. And most of you know my regular. Oh, hi, Karen. Welcome in. Most of you know my regular schedule. On Tuesdays, I do Topic Tuesdays live. Oh, hi, Gia. Hi, Yarnut. Glad to see you. I was just about to talk about my regular schedule. On Tuesdays, just like today, I do a Topic Tuesday at 2 o'clock. And then at 3 o'clock, we always go over to Brenda, the newbie crocheter, because she starts at 3. On Wednesdays at 6 o'clock, immediately following Granny D, all of these times are Eastern. We have what I call a Wednesday free-for-all. There is no theme, there is no topic. It's just general discussion. Thursdays, I have Thwip Thursdays because I never get around to doing a Whip Wednesday. So I call it a Thwip Thursday. Hi, Marie. Glad to see you. So there I usually talk about my finished objects, my works in progress, and anything else that I want to talk about. That usually goes about an hour. And then we go over to Dana at 5:30. So Thursdays at 4:30. And then we go over to Dana at 5:30. Fridays, I have been doing tutorials. I don't have one scheduled for this Friday yet, but it just might happen. Saturdays, I have Saturday Shout Out, or Shout Out Saturday, where I talk about other people's channels that you should be looking at. And some of them are YouTube, some of them are Instagram only, some of them are just online. I always include 4 or 5 Yarny channels and at least one non-Yarny channel. And it's a very safe bet that the non-Yarny channel is going to have to do with pet rescue. Sundays, I have Sunday readings, which is all about poetry, because I love poetry, and by golly, you're going to love poetry by the time I've done with you. Damn it. Mondays, I have just started my Monday Men series, where I do interviews with men who are active in the yarn community. So, and then we come back to Tuesday. What am I missing in the chat? Oh, hi, Julie. Glad to see you. Oh, my goodness. I see a lot of greetings to each other. Let's see. Okay. Karen is asking what time on Saturday. I tried to do it live this past Saturday, but they're so largely that was because of technical limitations. I think what I'm going to do is just go back to doing it recorded so that it will be released very, very early in the morning on a Saturday morning. Oh, is Darla here? I didn't see Darla. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. So I still need more questions, or the standard live stream questions. What's on your hook? What's in your cup? What's for dinner? Where are you? What is the meaning of life? Hi, Life in Stitches. I'm not sure I've met you before, but I'm glad to see you, and you're certainly welcome in here. Karen asked, what's today's topic? Today's topic was Ask Me Anything. And I've only gotten a few questions, really, but it's been good. It's been good. Well, hi, Life in Stitches, Stephanie. So, anyway, I just got a message on my phone that I had to check because you know how phones are. Bowl cozies. You were talking about that on an earlier live stream today, weren't you? How long have I been crocheting? I picked it up again, what is it, about 5 or 6 years ago as an adult. I learned it as a child, but I, put it aside, and I picked it up again in earnest about 5 or 6 years ago. Hi, Inga. Glad to see you. Oh, hi, Jackie. I don't believe I know you, but you're certainly welcome. I do not knit. Knitting is a mystery to me. Well, my ex and I started this whole bearded yarn dudes thing when we were still together. He knits and I crochet. He's actually a really excellent knitter. But when we separated, he allowed me to sort of take over the bearded yarn dude's identity online. He's very much his own person. He does really, really great work. And he's a wonderful person in his own right as well. But I do not knit. I just crochet. Let's see, have I ever taught classes? I have not taught classes or music classes, actually. I have, actually, as far as music goes, I used to spend a lot of time, because I had the piano skills, I used to spend a lot of time as a piano accompanist in other people's voice lessons. And I learned a lot sitting in lessons with a lot of different teachers. This was at my undergrad school and various other places. And then I learned a lot. Now, my piano skills were good, but not expert. So I would not have been able to call myself a real coach in those terms, a coach accompanist in those terms. But I have been able to coach people with my limited piano skills. It's not that I was bad at the piano, it's just that I wasn't like top notch, not, like Horowitz. I wasn't able to like play anything you put in front of me right away. But in any case, I was able to coach people both musically and vocally, and that was really where I was in the zone. I had that sort of thing going on that I think neurologists call theta waves, where it's like you are really, really focused, and you're doing what you know and what you love, and you lose track of time. And I hope that most of you know that kind of experience in wherever your passion is, because it's amazing. And and that's where I am now. Anyway, but that's why I should have finished that graduate degree in music. I should have pursued another graduate degree in music. I should have become that person who does it professionally, but life didn't happen that way. And right now I'm doing life with what I have. Thank you for posting my pattern link, Dana. Let's see, what else do we have? Marie. Oh, I don't know which beret on the bear that you're talking about. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Hello, Crystal. I'm so glad to see you. Crystal, if Daniel is still here, I don't know if you have featured paw ply yarns before, but I'm telling you, you must do it now. It's beautiful yarn. It's expensive, but it's beautiful. Jackie says, for me, knitting is too slow. I don't have a lot of patience. And also MS, yes. Exactly. Ingrid agrees with me. Oh, this guy behind me, actually, he's got two hats on. Let's see. This was the first hat that I made, which I didn't like it as well as the second hat that I made. And they're both They're both moss stitch designs. You know, this is like your regular hat stuff, but then the body of the hat is moss stitch, and then the whole cardigan is moss stitch. But he wasn't really wearing a beret. He was just wearing a hat at a cocky angle, which, if you know me, it should not be that surprising. Let's see. Have I missed anybody? Hi, Jamie. Let's see. I hope I haven't missed anybody. I love that statement, Julie. The key is to live life and not watch it go by. Live, love, and laugh. Ugh. For some of us, it takes a long time to learn that lesson. Let's see, Jamie. Let's see. Tiger Dragon Girl knits, crochets, cross stitches, and embroiders. My sister does cross stitch, and she's actually very good at it. In fact, I don't know if you can see the framed picture above, but she also did this thing, which is a cat thing. So, for those of you who don't know, that's going to fall over. I live with my sister in our late mother's house. Let's see. I knew I would regret not taking the batteries out of that landline over there. Oh, shut up, telephone. Let's see. Oh, he needs a beret. I can make a beret. I have plenty of this same yarn left. This is Lion Brand denim, which I really, really like. I like the texture. I like the way it works up. They call it a 4-weight. I would say it's on the lighter side of a 4. I think that there's a lot of opinion about 4 weights. Some of them you get 4 and it feels like a 5. Some of them you get a 4 and it feels like a 3. So I think there's a lot of variety in the terms of 4s, but this is Lion Brand denim nonetheless, which I do recommend because I like working with it. Some people think it splits a lot, but I don't have that trouble. Anyway, I was going to save that for my Thwip Thursday. Let's see, what am I missing? It's a cute cat thing, yes indeed. Tricia says, choose to be happy. There's I think there's a saying that's attributed to Abraham Lincoln, that most people are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. There was quite a long time where I lost sight of that idea, but I'm coming back. Granny needs a raspberry beret. Actually, I just found some yarn that I thought I had used up, but it's in a deep red. Maybe I'll make you a beret. Okay. Gina. Oh, hi, Knitting Turnpike. I was just recommending you earlier. Somebody else mentioned you, and I don't remember in what context, but I was recommending your channel. Trisha says, yes, long road, many years. Okay. Well, it is now 2:53. So in a few minutes, we are going to have to close and then move over and visit Brenda. We love Brenda. Let me just one more time give the link for Brenda. I have to call up this YouTube keyboard or this Bluetooth keyboard again. Okay, there we go. At 3 o'clock, we go to see Brenda the Newbury crocheter. Let's see. In any case, oh, Brenda, you're still here. Yay! But at 3 o'clock, we go see Brenda because she has a live stream at 3 o'clock. Okay. Ingrid, oh, my hat. Ingrid is here, yes. Yes, okay. So let me just run through my announcements that I had at the top of the hour. I have a new Linktree link where you can see all of my links, which includes this YouTube channel, my Instagram, my Facebook page, my various blogs, both crochet or rather yarn and non-yarn, my Patreon, other things like that. So that will be in the description. Also, I now have merchandise on my Etsy page, Etsy store. Some of it is specific to bearded yarn dudes. Some of it is a little more general in yarny content, and some of it is very general for seasonal or other special interest type stuff. I would welcome your, well, I would certainly welcome your purchases, but I would also welcome your suggestions for other kinds of seasonal and special interest things. Let's see, I'm beginning a project with other people who distribute patterns for free. All of my patterns are free because I want to encourage donations. My other patterns are not free at all, and they are available at Ravelry. That Ravelry link is at my Linktree, and I think if you scroll up, you can find where someone very kindly posted my Ravelry link. But I want to create an ebook to with other people who distribute patterns for free that would benefit some sort of a charitable organization. I'm leaning towards feeding the hungry. Call me crazy if you will, but that's where my heart is. Also, I have started a series of interviews with men in yarn. Yesterday, I posted the first one, which was Daniel, who is, I don't know if he's still here. He was here earlier. Daniel of Paw Ply Yarns. He does amazing hand-dyed yarns. They are unspeakably beautiful. But I also have other people planned for the future. And that is what I have. Let me see if I'm missing anything in the chat. Yes, Karen agrees that feeding the hungry is probably a good idea. Yes, and also agrees that hitting the like button is a good idea. I would agree. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Everybody is talking amongst themselves. So I want to thank you all for coming in. Please like, subscribe, share, all of that standard YouTube stuff. And please keep coming back because I enjoy these live streams. I enjoy interacting with you. So, help me have fun by coming back to my live streams. Tomorrow I'm on at 6. And I'm going to click end now so that we can all go over and see Brenda. And make sure you all go over and see Brenda. Call it a bearded yarn raid. Bye-bye now.